Good afternoon, everyone. It is Monday, February 19th, 2024, and my name is Robin Miller, and I wanted to talk to you guys about many of the things that I had talked about briefly the other day of concern throughout our community, in particular the community where we live, and others, or the community where our friends and our families and people that we know throughout humanity live. For a community is a way of life and a way of living, not just the neighborhood where we live. I wanted to talk about Devereux Foundation in Westchester Boot Road, Cantor Center, Westchester, Pennsylvania, along with the other Devereux throughout the United States of America, and the wrongful acts that they've been committing throughout the years, and how they have stacked the corporate offices of Devereux throughout the United States of America in an attempt to go international. The way that Devereux had planned on going international would astound many people, for they have many owners now who are silent partners in Devereux, which is supposed to be a non-charitable organization, who have political standing and also who have celebrity. They have now tried to make it a place of darkness, not exactly, I want to say, of evil and wickedness, but a place where people visit the children that have no business visiting them, including politicians, along with actors, along with artists and musicians and sports entertainers. Many of them visit under the premise that they're visiting the campuses to see how the children are doing and learning about the programs, while they're visiting for ulterior motives. Many of them are registered sex offenders who have sexual depraved desires and choose to go to establishments such as a Devereux, so they could rape privately. In Chester County, Pennsylvania, they have refused to investigate Devereux, Westchester Boot Road, Cantor Center, Westchester, Pennsylvania, the way that they should have, because many of the district attorneys in that area, along with the police and the judges, have visited those campuses numerous times, in particular Westchester Boot Road, Cantor Center, Westchester, Pennsylvania. They visit those children, and many of them have victimized those children, including District Attorney Deborah Ryan, along with Kim Mosley, and along with Aaron O'Brien as well. They visit those campuses as initiation of so they can move up in their careers and possibly become judges in Chester County, Pennsylvania, and seek public office as public officials in that particular area of Chester County, Pennsylvania, and throughout the United States of America. But first, they wanted to catapult their careers in Pennsylvania. Deb Ryan has been raping at the Devereux Westchester Boot Road Cantor campus for the past 10 years. She would visit a friend of hers named Jan Kuhn, who was a nurse there, who would work the different units, and she would visit them. She would visit the units with Jan Kuhn. She also was friends with a particular person who was a upper management corporate person named Mel Beidler. Mel Beidler and Deborah Ryan, the district attorney of Chester County, Pennsylvania, formed a friendship years ago, and they formed a partnership where as though Deb Ryan would visit the campuses to make it seem as though she was interested in making sure that the children on those campuses were well protected and taken care of the appropriate way. Deb Ryan's version of that was raping them, sodomizing them, and sometimes stealing them for weekends when they were supposed to be whether they're supposed to be at home or whether they were supposed to still be on the campus. She orchestrated those events, talking to corporate, and she usually would take the children who have nonverbal skills. Deb Ryan would take them home, and she would victimize them for hours, raping them, torturing them, and attempting to have other politicians or judges or district attorneys or those that she had things in common with visit her house and home as a way to unite them in solidarity, as a way to catapult their political careers. Deb Ryan wanted everyone to understand that she was the district attorney in Chester County, Pennsylvania, and she could do whatever she wanted to do. That is what her belief was. Deb Ryan had been raping children at Devereux for the past 15 years before she started raping them in Chester County, Pennsylvania, at the Westchester Boot Road Cantor Center site in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Deb Ryan used to visit the Brandywine campus of Devereux, and she would rape them and beat them. She abused one child so terribly that his mother had to call for rescue immediately every time that she would visit the campus. Charles Beerley's family was so petrified of Deborah Ryan, for she stalked him when he was at the Westchester Boot Road Cantor Center, site in Westchester, Pennsylvania, before he moved to the Brandywine Devereux. Deborah Ryan, a district attorney of Chester County, Pennsylvania, then ordered that another resident named Quadia Robinson be moved from Devereux Westchester Boot Road Cancer Center, Westchester, Pennsylvania site and be moved to Devereux Brandywine with a more restrictive environment and a more punitive system, for she thought that he was a nigger and that he deserved to be treated as a nigger and be brutalized and tortured. At one point in time, Mr. Robinson was hit in the head with a brick because Deborah Ryan, the district attorney of Chester County, Pennsylvania, ordered it. Deborah Ryan must be stopped at all costs. She must be arrested for the crimes that she's committed while she's visited Devereux campuses throughout the United States of America, in particular Devereux Westchester Boot Road Cancer Center, Westchester, Pennsylvania, and Devereux Brandywine, which is no longer open. Deborah Ryan has targeted the staff that she felt as though would be able to speak out against the wrongdoings that she's committed throughout her time that she would visit the campuses, in particular one who she knew was going to be spiritually gifted, who is delivering this message right now. Deborah Ryan has been targeting me for the past 15 years, actually longer than that, prior to me even knowing that she was targeting me. Deborah Ryan knew that I worked at Devereux throughout my career, and I loved the program, and I loved the clients and the staff that I worked with throughout the years. Those clients adored me, and they did not appreciate the fact that I believed in therapeutic healing, for they wanted continuous stays and beds filled at those campuses and at all therapeutic treatment facilities. Deborah Ryan and a group of staff at the Devereux Westchester Boot Road Cancer Center, Westchester, Pennsylvania campus had a plot and a ploy to continue to have children and clients raped at the Devereux campuses, for that was a form of making money. Liz Ward, Abraham Sesse's wife, a woman, Liz Ward is the wife of Abraham Sesse. Actually, I believe she's like the cousin of Abraham Sesse's wife. She would go there and she would rape with Deb Ryan. Deb Ryan would rape with Liz Ward. Liz Ward has a sister, I believe her name is Marcy Ward. Her husband is a man named Abraham Sesse, who brought over people from different countries that he recommended for jobs that would rape and torture the children at Devereux Westchester Boot Road Cancer Center, Westchester, Pennsylvania, at nighttime. Deb Ryan has been getting away with this for years because of her role as a district attorney and her relationship with judges and politicians throughout the United States of America. Deb Ryan must be stopped. I'm asking that all that know about the crimes that Deborah Ryan has committed, who is the district attorney of Chester County, Pennsylvania, stand together so we can have her removed from office, for Deb Ryan cannot allow this sickness to take over Chester County, Pennsylvania any further than what it already has. Deborah Ryan has used her power to arrest people wrongfully and to set them up, for she's wanted to be intimate with their children and she wanted to be intimate with them. I'm asking that we all take our time now to think about which the best way for us to handle this situation. If you have ever had an interaction with Deb Ryan where she abused you, she tortured you, or she had you falsely imprisoned, Deb Ryan must be removed from Chester County, Pennsylvania's district attorney's office, along with several other district attorneys who have covered up her crimes and who have worked with her, along with judges who have worked with her. My name is Robin Catherine Miller of Coatesville, Pennsylvania, birthday December 11th, 1973, and I'm also known as the Great Prophet, the leader of the prophets across the world, the prophetess. Robin Catherine Miller of Coatesville, Pennsylvania, birthday December 11th, 1973, and I ask that it's time for us all to unite to have Deborah Ryan removed from office before she causes any more heartache to the families in Coatesville, Pennsylvania, and throughout the Coatesville, Pennsylvania area, and throughout Chester County, Pennsylvania. She poses a threat to Coatesville, Pennsylvania, in particular, for she targets minorities that she hates or that she wants to be intimate with or that she wants to spend time with her children. It is now time for us to take a stand against Deborah Ryan and have her removed from office.